today. East semifinal, Ricky Ray over top. The catch made, and another crowd silencer. Kelly Campbell. Stanford Samuels all over him.
Well, the signature route of the Edmonton Eskimos used to be the corner. Jason Tucker. It's become these combination of seam and crossing routes to Kelly Campbell. This time opting for the seam. Gets a little bit of room, and Ricky Ray threads the needle. Such a tremendous addition to this Edmonton offense, giving them a game breaker.
Getting close to 100 yards is Kelly Campbell. Other side now, Maurice Mann. Significant there. The Edmonton Eskimos, when Kelly Campbell has 100 yards or more in receiving, they're 5-0 this year.
Might want to pass that on to the offensive coaching staff, and they'll look to feed Kelly Campbell the ball a little bit more. We've seen some big games out of him, some spectacular plays. One of those explosive players who can change a game in one play.
Haven't seen any of those under routes yet that he has become famous for in Edmonton. And again, nothing so far from number 8, Mal Peterson. Ray, an outlet pass. McCarty on the sideline. Ray looked over the middle and then went to Calvin McCarty, who has become so proficient on those little swing tosses.
A.J. Harris and Calvin McCarty during the regular season combined for over 100 catches. So how number 31 McCarty ends up so wide open on this play is beyond me. 70 receptions alone for McCarty during the regular season.
Six and a half to go, third quarter. Close to the red zone again. Ray. Out of the backfield is Harris this time. A.J. Harris with running room. Knocked out of bounds, but a first down again, it looks like, for the Eskimos. If it's not McCarty, it's Harris. And all of the running that people have talked about, the utilization of the running backs has come from the Edmonton Eskimos and not the Blue Bombers.
Well, it really has. And this has been a part of their game all year, where people so often wonder about the Eskimos running game. Well, a play like this is like a handoff for them. Nice job downfield by Dan Comiskey to pin his defender to the inside. That gets A.J. Harris to the sideline and the first down marker. That's not a bad collision.
Ricky Ray with just that nice little touch, so confident. Talked earlier, Kamal Peterson. The confidence that Ricky Ray has, something about postseason with Ricky Ray. It's been a while since he was in it. But when he gets in it, he is the general.
The general a little bit concerned as one of his soldiers, fullback Matthew Bertrand, is down at the moment. Like he may have been tangled up with a defender, blocking downfield on that screen to his backfield mate.
Closed captioning of the CFL on TSN, brought to you by Sport Check. When you're in the zone, time almost stands still. Getting into the zone begins with Sport Check. Sport Check, power of sport. Former quarterback from Laval, who has become big fullback special teams player for the Edmonton Eskimos. Matthew Bertrand is down. And Bertrand slow to get up here. This would be a costly injury if he is unable to continue. Earlier in the game, we talked about Ricky Ray and the fact that even though he plays and has played in Edmonton, he's not used to playing in these type of conditions.
I've never really played in snow, and this is my 6th year up here. There's been some cold games and maybe a little bit of light flurries, but nothing to where it's been on the sideline and something that you had to deal with. So this will be a new experience for me.
And there was talk overnight that there might be some snow flurries. We haven't seen that so far today. That would have just added to this today, but look at Ray's numbers. And he's trying to take his team into the end zone again. Sideline again, Mike Mauer. Former most outstanding Canadian in the 05 Grey Cup, who retired and is back with the Edmonton Eskimos. And because Bertrand is out of the game, Mauer gets a chance to play.
Gets a chance to play, and they get him involved quickly. But the Eskimos have discovered their backs are being left wide open in the flats and on swing routes all afternoon. And they're picking the Winnipeg Blue Bombers apart with it right now.
They'll now go first and goal. Mauer, a mixed martial artist for the Canadian Armed Forces a few years ago, and now the Blue Bombers need a big goal line stand. Harris, left side, A.J. Harris does it again. And the hole provided by Mike Mauer.
Again, the Eskimos get in close. Let the Bombers pack everything down inside the tackles. They bounce it to the outside. Nice job here by the fullback. Mauer lines up as the left tight end. Moves his feet laterally, pushing Adam Hall to the outside. That creates the lane for A.J. Harris to scoot in.
Edmonton Eskimos opening up their lead here. Again with the wind advantage in this third quarter. They find the end zone once again. 5 minutes to go before the fourth quarter. And the Eskimos have their biggest lead of the game now, 29-15. A.J. Harris, 2 major scores. The Edmonton Eskimos have swung this game around thanks to the swing.
Well, the swing route in combination with the flat route, regardless of how they do it, they're getting their backs open as receivers. Marched all the way down the field to set up that touchdown to A.J. Harris, but it was all about how they used their backs as receivers in that last possession.
Eskimos offense kicking it into gear.
There you see offensive coordinator Rick Warman in the background, man calling those plays.
Joe Smith has not done much here today. Former BC Lion, brought over in that big midseason trade. The Winnipeg Blue Bombers offense has not done much since early in this ball game, and credit the Edmonton Eskimo defense, a defense that has stopped the Winnipeg run.
Well, they've stopped the Winnipeg run, and that's what's been so big as Winnipeg has played the second and third quarters against the wind and hasn't been able to throw the ball effectively. Kevin Glenn with only 5 completions on the day, but the Bombers cannot let this one get away from them before they get into that fourth quarter.
Glenn over the middle, Fred Reed, and a fumble, and it's still loose. Winnipeg may have got it back, but again, they may even have to take a look at this if indeed Fred Reed had the football. Winnipeg did recover the football. Reed looked like he had it, but how long did he have it for?
Well, one of those bang-bang plays. Reed has to go low, and that takes him out of stride trying to catch that football. Gets stripped from the backside.
Kenny Onatolu right here. Well, looks like he had it and then lost it.
And that slick ball, everybody having a tough time getting a hold of it. Definitely a completed pass. Fred Reed's first fumble of the entire season.
Glenn hangs in, hit hard. Dangerous toss, and Kevin Glenn took a big shot.
The man delivering that shot, guy who's brought a little bit of nastiness to that Edmonton defense this season, Dario Romero. Little extra emphasis on this takedown. Left tackle, he gets cut down on the play. Romero gets right back up. A little bit of a slam.
Romero A lot of incentive to try to get back to Montreal, where he came from. The Alouettes, Eskimos, 19 minutes away from a trip to that East final. Have a 14-point lead. Serna brings the clock down. The Eskimos again with the wind. Good field position. The Bomber offense struggling mightily.
On 3 possessions so far here in the third quarter, the Winnipeg Blue Bombers have run 7 offensive plays. They've gone 2 and out, 3 and out, 2 and out. Not good enough against the wind. You've got to control the ball and run the clock. If they lose this football game, they'll look back at this quarter and realize this is where it slipped away.
This is the 3rd meeting of the season, obviously the biggest between these two teams. They split earlier, but the Edmonton Eskimos have done this to the Bombers before, put some big points up in the 3rd quarter. Ray, and open is Campbell on that under-crossing route, and Kelly Campbell's tripped up by Samuels.
But just a matter of time before they were going to get this one to Kelly Campbell. Lines up as the slot out to the left side of the field. He's the inside receiver. He's going to run that crosser that we've seen so many times from Campbell. Gives him another way he can use his speed. A lot of traffic. You see Kamau Peterson with what Edmonton will call a rub. Winnipeg will suggest it was a pick, but that adds to that traffic, making it tough for defenders to get through. Peterson almost like a post-up type move on Anthony Malbrough. That puts 2 bodies in the way of the defender trying to follow Kelly Campbell across the field. Defender has to bubble over the top, making his angle a lot tougher.
The Eskimos right now, great catch by McCarty. Kelly Malvo supplies the lick, but the Eskimos full of confidence right now and on the verge of really taking